Hi guys, it's Casper here, and today I am going to be doing my transgender Q&A because, as some of you, most of you, probably all of you will know, I am trans and I'm very open about that, and some people don't know what it is, so I thought I would do a Q&A so some of you can get to know me better, and I might even be able to help out a few viewers with their transition. Start off, basics. For those who don't know, transgender means I was born female-bodied, and I am currently transitioning to become a male, I guess. I came out when I was 19, I am 22 now, and I started hormones in February last year, the 20th of February last year. Yeah, so I've been on hormones for a year. A few of these questions do reference hormones, but I'll be doing a video in more detail about that in the future. If any of you think that would be helpful for you or people you know that maybe go into a transition, I know there is a big there's a big link between being trans and autistic. Yeah, if you think that would be helpful, feel free to tell me, and I shall put it up sooner rather than later, because at the moment it's towards the end of my video list, because I don't want to make my whole video, my whole channel about being trans, but it's something that's a big part of me, so I felt like I should throw it in there. So let's start with the questions. A few weeks ago I posted on Instagram and Facebook about doing this video, and I asked people to give me some questions. I got quite a few, so I've picked 10 of the best, and I'm going to probably film another one of these if there's a lot of interest in it. So let's start. The first question is, how did everyone take the changes, physical / naming pronouns? Well, some people took it really well, and some people took to my name and pronouns straight away and told me to tell them if they mess up, but some of them just haven't taken to my name at all. A lot of people just tend to call me mate and buddy and that sort of thing. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock for some people. It was a shock for my family. Most of my family still use female pronouns, but I'm totally fine with that because I do get that it's a big change for them. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Physical. Some people have been shocked by my voice and appearance and stuff, because my face has gotten a lot squarer and I'm getting a tiny bit of facial hair, but I don't want to talk about that really. Yeah, some people have been shocked by my voice when they've not seen me for a while, but I haven't had any negative responses as of yet. Still plenty time. I haven't had any yet though. I've just noticed my new Just Awesome jumper is in the background, thrown on that bed. I'm very professional, as you can tell. Next, how do you deal with people calling you the name wrong, the wrong name and pronouns? I'm always mixed up there. I deal with it in a way that's different to most trans people. I tend to brush it off and move on. If it's someone I feel comfortable correcting, I'll be like, actually mate, I'm a guy, or actually my name's Casper. My name isn't what it used to be, it's Casper now. But if it's a member of the public, I just brush it off and try not to think about it, because in my eyes it's totally not their fault that they used the wrong name, and it can't be helped. It just happens. You've just got to try and not let it get to you, and surround yourself with people that will use the right name and pronouns for you. How do you take tea, and do you need to take it for the rest of your life? I said to someone on Instagram that I would show them my tea gel. So that is my tester gel, and you just rip open the sachet and then put it on your arms, leave it. I leave it overnight, but you don't have to. You leave it for 6 hours to soak in before showering. Yeah, but some people have injections once a month, but I'm terrified of needles, as anybody who knows me will know. I practically faint at the sight of them. So yeah, that was a big no for me. And yes, I do have to take this for the rest of my life, but initial puberty lasts 5 years, so I'm a fifth of the way into it now. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that, so you know what it looks like and stuff. Where did you go to see a gender therapist, and was it free? I went private for testosterone. I went to Gender Care in London. It cost £220 each session, and I had to have 2 sessions. I had them both on the same day, and then I walked out with the prescription. I decided to do that because a lot of my friends that are trans are younger than me, and I felt like I couldn't really wait 2 or 3 years on an NHS waiting list because all my friends are a lot younger than me and they're further on in their transitions, and it was getting me really down. So it's just personal choice. I decided to use money I got for my 21st birthday and go private. But now I am on an NHS waiting list for top surgery, and that hopefully will happen within the next 2 years, to be hopeful. Yeah. So it wasn't free, but if you go via the NHS route, the person who asked that, feel free to message me on Instagram and I'll explain how to do that. How have people reacted to you being trans, and have you had much support? The initial response was shock from some people. Like, my family were all shocked. My family didn't know what it was. I had to explain what it was to them. My friends all, some of them even said that they knew. Some of them said that they definitely knew because they've known me for years, and I've always dressed like this. Well, obviously, I didn't wear trans across my chest when I identified as female. But yeah, some people said that they knew. Some people were shocked. One person who is now probably my best friend told me that he would never view me as male, and yeah, now he wouldn't view me as anything else. So there is room for change. And have you had much support? I have had a lot of support. I go to trans groups, and trans groups are a great source of support if you don't have much at home or at school or college or wherever you go. Trans groups are a great support network. I went to a youth group for a few years, but then I outgrew it, and now I go to an adult trans group on a Monday and Friday, and it's great. And yeah, meet people like you. There's actually quite a lot of them out there. So if you Google your town and LGBT group, chances are you'll find one. How did you deal with the unaccepting parents? I'll change this to grandparents because I don't live with my parents. I don't have a very good relationship with my parents. I live with my grandparents, and I have done for the past, since I was 12, so 10 years. Education. I educated them and told them what trans was, and I introduced them to a few of my trans friends, which really helped. Like, one of my friends who'd had top surgery at the time came around, and that really, like, they spoke to him about it, and that really, really helped them understand what it was. So I'd just say, leave bits of information around the house, newspapers, watch YouTubers, there's quite a few great male trans YouTubers out there if you're male, like Miles McKenna and Jake Edwards, and I don't watch Trace Ross, but I've heard he's quite good. He's not my sort of thing. I don't really like American accents, and female YouTubers, I don't know any off the top of my head. I should have really researched that for this video. But yeah, there will be some out there. So yeah, YouTube videos are a great source of education. Just make them sit down with you and talk it through and stuff. This video is quite long, sorry. How did you come out? I wrote a letter to my grandparents and I left it on the kitchen side, and then I went to stay at my friend's house for the weekend, and I wrote at the end, please text me when I can come home, because you never know how it'll go down. But I didn't feel confident enough to tell them in person, so I wrote them a letter, and it took away the initial confrontation and stayed away for the weekend, so they had time for it to sink in, and I had time for it to sink in, and it worked pretty well. I would highly recommend that. What are the pros and cons of taking hormones? Pros, I look more male, my voice has dropped. A con would be I'm very, very spotty and very, very smelly. and my sensory issues have got a lot worse. But I am going to do a video about sensory stuff and taking testosterone at a later date, so you shall hear more about that in detail in that video, which will probably come in the next few weeks. I've got quite a few things planned though, so who knows. Have you got much support? I'm assuming that means like now, not when I first came out. Yeah, I've still got support networks now. Like, I've not got the initial youth groups, the LGBT youth groups and stuff that I used to have, because I don't need them anymore. I'm past that point in my life. I've got support at the volunteering work I do. My boss knows I'm trans, and she said that she won't tell anyone if I don't want them to, which is massive for me, because I've had quite bad experiences with work and stuff. And I've got the best group of friends in the world who will more than willingly correct people if they misgender me and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a wonderful support network, and I couldn't ask for better. My family try. Like, they're not the best, but they do try, so I couldn't ask for more, really. And finally, is a binder nice from a sensory point of view? We were talking about this in the Chew Crew group chat the other night, actually. It is... first, I should really explain what a binder is. A chest binder is something that you put on to make your chest appear flatter. So it basically squishes your boobs, for want of a better term. Yeah. And it can be quite nice as a pressure stim, because sometimes I do really crave pressure, like on my chest and stomach, and I have full length ones that compress your stomach as well for that, and they can be quite nice from a sensory point of view, but you've got to be very careful how long you wear them for, because it can get very unsafe after about 8 hours and your ribs start hurting, and mine are currently a funny shape because of binding, but that will probably never sort itself out, but that's my own fault, and that's why you should all take advice from me and bind safely. Yeah, so that is the end of the questions for this video. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask me in the comments, or message me on Instagram if you want to talk to me privately, and I will happily go into more detail about any of the questions I've just answered. I'm quite an open person, and I'm quite open with you guys, because I think you deserve that from me. And yeah, I will probably film another one of these videos in the future. So yeah, and also I would like to do a normal Q&A with no topic soon, because I haven't done one of those yet, and I feel like I should. So yeah, that is today's video. Next week I have a very exciting unboxing for you with Sensory Playbox UK. I'm so excited about that one. Yeah, you'll be the first people to know, because I will be unboxing that the second it gets through the door, and recording it and uploading it for you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and feel free to ask me anything about any of the questions I've just answered. I'm not shy, and I will always give you an honest answer and try to help.